Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sulaiman Muhammad, and this is our project, Reverse Engineering Flashlight. Original product. This is a picture that we drew before we knew what was inside the original product. Benchmarking. Light intensity. In order to improve the existing flashlight, we had to know the benchmarks to beat them. This started off by testing the intensity of the light. We did this by using a light sensor and testing the brightness of the light at distances of 1, 5, 10, and 50 centimeters. At 1 centimeter away, the light was over 200 lux. At 5 centimeters away, the light was over 200 lux still. But at 10 centimeters away, it was only 150 lux. And at 50 centimeters away, it was 125 lux. Weight. Next, we had to test the weight of the flashlight. And we did this by placing the flashlight on a digital scale. Weight, 54.61 grams. Circumference. We followed by measuring the circumference of the flashlight. And we did this by wrapping string around the flashlight and then measuring the string. The circumference with the crank released was 16.5 centimeters. And the circumference with the crank sealed was 13.5 centimeters.
The next step in our benchmarking process was to measure the crank force. The crank force was how much force it took to push the crank on the flashlight to make the light work. We did this by using a luggage scale. We wrapped the scale around the crank and pulled. The reading was shown on the screen. We measured in newtons. The crank force on average was 2.97 newtons. We finished off our benchmarking process by measuring the sound intensity. This was how much noise the flashlight made when cranked. To do that, we used a sound meter. We had to crank the light while the sound meter was on. On average, the sound intensity was 92.4 decibels. Here shown are the results from our benchmarking process. After that, we opened up the flashlight. In order to know what we had to improve, we had to know what was inside the flashlight and what needed fixing, so we opened it up. And we also listed down the parts as shown. Here is our AFQ table, our action, function, and question table. In this table, we listed down the basic functions the flashlight had to complete in order for the user to use it correctly. We also listed a few questions. We also interviewed some people and asked them what they thought about the original flashlight. We were given various problems. To the right are the most commonly mentioned, which were that the flashlight had to be quieter and it should have been made of more durable material. Some other problems were that the light wasn't bright enough, the battery life was low, the design was bland, the strap could have been made better, and the light could have been waterproof.
Mind mapping. These were potential ideas that we wrote on sticky notes and posted on the class. These ideas helped us come up with the final design. C-sketches. These were our rough draft drawings for the final product. The paper is split up into 3 because each person did one section. Then we put all our ideas together and made our final product. And finally, our product. To the right is a sketch of the final design. Information about our final design. Our final design is an adaptive version of the flashlight where we changed the design, sound, and added multiple new features and improved the flashlight brightness and ease of use. This final design has a similar shape to the original flashlight, with indents for fingers and 3 switches on the side. The plastic is solid, not see-through, and can have colorful designs on it. The plastic is also glow-in-the-dark, more expensive, and heavier than the original flashlight. Under the plastic are acoustic plates to stop sound from coming out, as well as oiled and padded gears to minimize crank sound. On top of that is a switch that plays a musical sound when switched on. This makes the crank play music, optionally. The flashlight also has a detachable covering on the head over the flashlight that can either be red, blue, or green. This changes the color of the light and is completely optional. Overall, the light from the flashlight is brighter and lasts longer than the original flashlight. How we solved the problems that the flashlight had. Thicker, higher quality plastic casing, stronger, brighter LED light, interesting and colorful designs, more batteries for extra life, softer material gear to reduce sound. Pew chart. To the right is a comparison between our flashlight and the original flashlight. It shows that we have improved and what is worse. That's it about our flashlight. Thank you for listening.